What's going on, everybody? I know I've already done 2 videos today, but I decided to do another video because I think this one is going to be different than my usual videos. It's going to be like my older ones are. I'm going to try and do more of those types of videos again because I have been doing like other videos, and I'm going to still keep doing those, but I'm going to try and do videos that are less, I don't want to say serious necessarily, but, less involved and, less complicated as some of the other newer videos that I've been doing are. So what is this video about? This video is about, this video is going to be something like, going to be about something like, what is joy? And what is the difference between joy and happiness? So what is joy? Basically, joy is like, it's an enlivening, enriching, invigorating, exciting type of happiness or feeling of happiness. Happiness is like, you could almost think of them as like, happiness would be like a very small fire, while joy would be like a roaring bonfire or something like that. That's what joy would be. In my book, The Powers That Be, I said that joy is ever expansive. And the reason why I say that is because joy's way that it does things, it's that it keeps on joying. Basically what this means is that it has to express itself in some form or another, or it's going to wither and die. And it doesn't really matter how it expresses. It can express through movement or through thought or whatever. With happiness, that doesn't necessarily happen. But with joy, that is like, it's inevitable sort of response. So when it comes to joy, the way to really feel joy is to, there's a couple different ways. I've talked about one of them. I've talked about many of them in my book, The Powers That Be, especially Chapter 1, The Power of Joy. But one of them is excitement. Because excitement is, you could almost say that excitement is joy. Joy expressed in a way. It's not really joy expressed, but it is. It's joy, but it's also excitement. But it contains joy in it. So if you want to know what excitement is, just feel excited. Like whatever comes up is often excitement, And when you feel it, feel it in your heart area. So how do you feel joy? Because talking about it and actually feeling it are two different things. Well, one way to do this, there's a couple different ways. One way is to play, and there's a couple different ways to do this. You can pretend to play. Well, not even pretend. What it is when you're playing in this particular way is that it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You could be doing dishes or whatever it is, but feel like you're playing. Like, say you're moving your body around right now. Just move your body around a little bit and feel like and just play. Just feel like that's you playing. When you do that, you'll feel a little bit of joy come up. Just keep doing that. This is what I mean by ever expansive, because the more that you play, the more that joy comes up, and the more you start to express it more. Another way to do this too is to notice your surroundings with your joy. So basically, this goes back to part 6 of chapter 2 of the powers that be, the powers that be, the power of joy, where I talk about imagining yourself to be joyful. And basically what I mean by this in this particular case is that when you imagine yourself to be joyful, imagine yourself in your specific circumstances that you're in right now, but imagine that there's joy there when you're doing with whatever's around you right now, whatever's happening around you, and this like brings the joy to you. Another way is to bring joy to others. There's many different ways to do this, but you can use the power of thought to do this. Just send joy with your thoughts. Like I send joy to this person, that person, or I send joy to everybody. Just send joy to as many people as you can. Just send joy to everybody however many times you want to do it. That's going to increase your joy to some extent. But play is really the probably one of the easiest ways to do it, because it doesn't really require a whole lot of mental activity, and it's natural. It's what we started off doing before we really started to develop a whole lot of ego. So, and the reason why these are important. So why is joy important? Besides the obvious, right, of feeling joy. Well, the reason is because it gets us out of the mind. The mind has this idea of, like a blandness that it keeps in mind. So it becomes like a habit. So the way to sort of get out of that is by feeling joy, by doing these different exercises, whatever it's. So whenever you're doing something, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, feel like you're playing when you're doing that. Just play when you're doing that. Doesn't mean that you have to like act silly or anything like that, but just play. Play with the dishes when you're doing dishes. Pretend as if, or act as if you are playing when you're doing the dishes. Just because you can. It may sound difficult, but it's really not that difficult. It's just about using your mind, your imagination to, or not even necessarily your imagination, although you can do that too. But you can just use your imagination to play, whatever you're doing. Like right now, I'm moving my body and I'm playing. I feel like I'm playing with my body moving. The reason why this is brings joy, I suppose, is because it involves less of your mind and more of your imagination, actual sense, so to speak. It may seem difficult to play because we're so unused to playing, but playing is really the easiest thing to do. And all it really involves is to just, whatever you're doing, just feel like you're playing. It's really hard to, like, if you don't really know what playing is, because I know admittedly after a while of forgetting, you forget what playing is like. But to get that sort of idea or feeling of playing, you might actually have to real play for a while to sort of get the idea. And there's a couple different ways to do that. You can watch kids and children; they're really good at playing. And imagination is a good way of playing as well. With whatever you're doing, you're gonna always have this imagination, like imagine you're playing right now, type of thing that I've talked about in the powers that be, which I haven't been writing in very often lately. I should be writing. I'm gonna try and write into it more, but that's another video. But anyways, so there's more that I could talk about, but I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Hope you like this video. If you do like it, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And if you got some kind of benefit from this video, share it with other people so that they can get the same kind of benefits as you did. Hopefully this video is giving you a lot of joy in the future. So anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and I'll see you in the next video.